completed the revision of chapter number 3. Now we are just moving towards chapter number 4 revision, that is our environment. So first of all, what is environment? It is given in the your textbook that everything that surrounds us is known as our environment. Okay, so everything that surrounds us is known as our environment. Okay, is known as our environment. Okay, the factors that determine environment could be, that is first one, living components and non-living components. In environment there are living components and there are non-living components, two types, that is living components and the another one, that is non-living components. Okay, so in living components we can say the animals, birds, and this all are the living components. And in non-living components, if I say that are soil, mountains, valley, then that all that are non-living components. So here reading living components such as animals, plants, and shell are habitat and surrounding. Okay, so they are the living components. Second one, that is non-living component such as the climate, whether it is hot, wet or windy, landscape, whether it is valley, mountain, plain or seashore, soil, whether it is dry, sandy, marshy, and so on. Our environment also includes the land where we live. Okay, our water sources and air we breathe. This is also our environment. Okay, so here in that there is an ecology. So what is it? Let us see that. So ecology is the science that deals with the living things in the environment and all the different relationships that exist here. Okay, so ecology is what? Ecology is the things it deals with the living things, that is ecology. Here in the last 2 centuries, human beings have drastically changed the environment by clearing forests, growing crops, and dumping enormous quantities of waste and causing pollution. Due to this, some of the human activities from last 2 centuries happens that what it is just polluting our earth. Okay, so here, so first of all, what is pollution? Pollution means anything that harms to our environment, that is known as the pollution. See here it is written that pollution means making the environment dirty with the substances that are harmful to the living beings. Here, talking about the pollution, if we say that pollution means making the environment dirty with the substances that are harmful to living beings. Okay, that are harmful to the living beings. Okay, students, that is the pollution. And moving further, that is, did you know that a big city or a big town produce thousands of tons of garbage daily? The environment gets polluted or spoiled in many ways. Sanitization involves the removal of the garbage and waste and maintains the hygienic condition. Here, here, if I say that what is sanitization means cleaning of this all the things means the sanitization means if nowadays we know that cleaning hands with the sanitizer, so that is also the sanitization. Why? Because we just clean the germs or viruses which are there in our hand by what? By the sanitizer. Okay. Then after here moving towards first one, that is quite often blocked drainage, overflowing sewage, garbage and domestic waste, and stinks, dirt, stand water on the street creates very unhygienic and unsanitary condition. Also, garbage does not just remain in one place. Plastic bags fly about blown by the wind. If cows and goats eat them, they drop on the plastic and die. The plastic bags find their ways to the river and even ocean, polluting them. Here, due to the wind, from plastic will just move towards further, and it will just pollute the soil and also river or the sea. Okay, students. So it is necessary. We don't have to throw anywhere the plastic waste, because nowadays there is two dustbins are given. One is green and one is red. So in green all the degradable substance, biodegradable substance, and in red all the non-biodegradable substance. Okay, here sanitization. The civil authorities are supposed to make arrangements for the sanitization, daily collection of the garbage, transporting the garbage to sites far away from the city, and so on. Such sites are known as landfills. They should also arrange for sweeping the street daily, periodically spraying DDT or some disinfectant along the edge of the road, building public toilets and keeping them clean. So there are some of the civil authorities for this, like we know that some of the Mahanagarpalikas and some of the Nagarpalikas, what they just do there, they just clean all some of the areas and they just throw the DDT on the along the side of the road so that the germs cannot there. Okay. Then after it is, but sometimes the local governments fail to take the above steps. What can be done in such a situation? The citizens can and must do something. Use the dustbin provided. Do not throw garbage on the road. Garbage attracts flies, rats, mosquito and cockroaches. Burning garbage is not a good idea either. The smoke pollutes the air. That is why garbage is taken to landfills outside the city. There it can be decomposed or rotten, changed to the manure. Okay. So here, how if the government, if it is failed to do this of these things due to some of the reasons, then we have to take care about our area. So if all will take care about their area, then city will automatically be clean, or any village or any town. Then after here, biodegradable and non-biodegradable substance. So what is biodegradable substance? The substance which can be easily just decomposed, they are known as the biodegradable substance. Then after non-biodegradable substance, that is what it is, the substance which do not decompose, they will remain as it is for many of the years. So they are the non-biodegradable substance. Let us write the definition on the board. Biodegradable substance. First, Biodegradable substance are those that decay, decompose, or are broken up by bacteria or other organisms. Okay, then after non-biodegradable, that is non-biodegradable substance are those that do not decay or decompose even after many years. Okay, so they don't decompose or decay. They are known as the non-biodegradable, and biodegradable substances are those that decay or decompose or broken up by bacteria or other organisms that are biodegradable and non-biodegradable. That is, non-biodegradable substances are those that do not decay or decompose even after many years. Okay, students. Then after moving further, that is recycling. So what is recycle? So here some examples are plastic. So here I just forgot to tell the examples of the biodegradable substance and non-biodegradable substance. So the examples are fruit, vegetable peels, leftover food, newspaper, cotton cloth, wood, and so on. They are biodegradable substance and non-biodegradable, that are plastic, glass bottles, tin cans, and so on. So they can be recycled, means they can be reused after when they are melted and given shape again. Then after, attempts are being made to find a way to recycle all and non-biodegradable substance. In some cities, the use of plastic carry bags has been banned. In other, there are two trash cans in plastic, a green painted one for biodegradable and such vegetables and fruits and kitchen waste, and red or blue for the non-biodegradable waste. Then after recycling waste, what is it? Let us see that there is an increasing awareness among people now about the environment, garbage, and what is biodegradable and what is not. In some western cities, old newspaper, tin, bottles, plastic, and kitchen waste are all separated at source and put in different bins. The idea is to recycle and reuse substances that can be recycled. Waste paper and bottles are recycled. Organic waste decays and mix with the soil and make it fertile, but plastic are non-biodegradable. Thicker plastic can be recycled and now are being used to lay roads. Okay, then after coming towards the biogas. So first of all, what is biogas? In that, what happens? All the cow dungs and all the biodegradable waste that are just put into a big hole inside it, and it will produce, by some of the reaction, it will produce a gas, and it can be used. That gas can be used for many purposes. Okay, so here it is. In village and rural areas where there are lots of cattle, all the dungs used to be left in him attracted flies, or they would be flattened into pancakes and let them dry in the sun. They were used as fuels, but a good source of manure is lost when animal dung is burnt. Biogas or gobar gas plants are now being set up all over India to make better use of organic waste such as animal dung. Here there are three things, that is animal and plant waste is being recycled to produce a kind of fuel. Here I am just writing these 3 points on the board. Let us write that. So here the first one for the biogas point, that is animals and plants, animal and plant waste is being recycled to produce a kind of fuel. Okay. Second one, that is decaying organic matter and waste like plant, wood, straw, manure, household waste, collectively called biomass. Okay, that is known as the biomass. Okay, and then after, to produce biogas, third point, that is to produce biomass is processed in specially designed system called biogas digester. Okay, that is known as the biogas digester. So first of all, the biological substance that is recycled and used to produce a kind of the fuel, and then after decaying organic matter and waste, plant wood, straw, manure, household waste, collectively called biomass, means the substance which is biodegradable and that is to be produced. Biogas that are known as the biomass. Okay, it can be asked students in the fill in the blank question. To produce biomass is processed in specially designed system called the biogas digester. You can see here a picture is also given of it. Okay students, here now talking about the advantages of the biogas. So let us See the advantages, that is, as of the August 2011, India has about 4.4 million household biogas plants. Biogas plants have many advantages. The first one, that is, the gas is used to produce energy for lighting and cooking, and the waste that remains after this still can be used as the fertilizer. Okay, it improves hygiene and sanitization around the area. Resources are easily available. They are renewable. Also, burning biogas causes less pollution than burning the fossil fuels such as petrol and coal. Burning fossil fuels pollutes the air, leading to the respiratory disorder. It increases the amount of the carbon dioxide in the air, leading to warming of the atmosphere. Factories and vehicles add to the air pollution, about which you can learn in earlier classes. So here we just kept up to here, and in next video what we will do, we will just go through the pollution of the water resources. Okay, now we just kept up to here, and we will meet in the next video. Okay, bye students.
पर